Chelsea means that they are 10 points clear of the Blues. And Peter Schmeichel thinks that's Champions League football secured for Michael Carrick and his men. On the back of that, then, do you think Michael Carrick should be given the Manchester United job full-time?
Yes, absolutely. I don't see the point of appointing somebody else. He has gone in there, he's proven that he can do the job. He's actually been challenged a lot, which I don't think people realise. There's been injuries to certain players. He's had suspensions to a couple of important players. He hasn't had, you know, a full squad at any time, and he's produced, I think, remarkable results from that. At the same time, in quite a few games, played interesting football as well, entertaining football. So I don't see anyone out there. There isn't a name where I say, oh, he will be a better manager. So why not just give it to him, let him have an opportunity to create his team, and give him time to prepare for the next transfer window and next season.
I want to look at the Premier League table, because it backs everything you're saying. The Premier League table since Michael Carrick was appointed, and Manchester United have won more points than anyone else. They would be top of the table if the Premier League was played from when Michael Carrick was appointed on the 17th of January. You have Premier League managerial experience. What do you like about him? Would you give him the job full-time?
Absolutely. I said before the game I would give him the job. We were talking in the green room, but now, I mean, he's earned the right to get that job. There's nobody out there that I think would have done a better job who's gone in there now, halfway through the season, when they were playing like they were playing under Amorim. What he's done, he's simplified it in many ways. He's put players in the right positions and played a shape that suits the players that United have got. And he's getting the best out of Fernandes, and he's getting the best out of Cunha now. And they've got some creative players at the top of the pitch. You know, even Sesko was quiet today, but he hit some form, hit some goals, didn't he? And he's got some confidence after Michael went in there. So, without a doubt, I think he deserves that opportunity to go in there and become the main manager. And then we'll see how that happens. Being a caretaker is always different, though, Peter. You know, Ollie was the same, wasn't it? Ollie went in there as a caretaker, and then it didn't work as well afterwards. But you know, I think Michael's had enough experience. With what
but I like exactly what you said there, which is great from somebody like you looking from the outside into the club. Simplified. What he's done is he's actually gone simple Man United play. This is what they teach them in the academy. This is how Manchester United plays. A lot of the players, knows it's been like that. And I have nothing bad to say about Ruben Amorim, but he came in with a different system. It doesn't work for Manchester United. So what he's done is he's made the players play a game that they understand. They don't have to think about it. They can play it instinctively, and that makes it so much easier to play football.
We're going to change. And
we can see Michael Carrick coming out to join us. Good to see you, Michael. Thank you.
How are you?
And congratulations on that win tonight. With the defensive issues that you've been dealing with leading up to this game, just tell us how you assess that result, that performance against a rival for those Champions League places.
Yeah, I can't play that one down. That was massive. That was a big win for us. I think I thought they obviously had some opportunities, but to keep a clean sheet like we did and defend like we did. There was a lot of work had to go into the last day or so in terms of prepping the team and obviously with a new kind of back four. I thought Aiden and Noose coming in were incredible, really. Aiden is such a young age, and Noose not really playing centre-back in the back four, so and then they're protecting them. So there was a lot of work. I have to give a lot of credit to the coaching staff on getting the boys ready for that, and the players for taking it on board. It's a tough place to come, and Liam's teams are hard to play against, and I thought the boys put in a magnificent performance tonight.
Mickey, since you've been at the club, Manchester United have won more points than any other club. What was when you walked in the door, what was the first few things you felt you needed to address to get the lads going?
Make them feel good, make them understand and appreciate playing for this great club, and it's easy to forget sometimes, in the position that we're in, and then trying to put them in a shape that kind of suited everyone, what we thought, and I think we can play better. I think there's loads of layers to come, Coley, but I think results to build momentum and build a foundation is something. We've got some good players, we've got a good squad, and we want to keep improving, really.
And can I ask you about Bruno Fernandes as well? Another assist for him tonight. He just consistently delivers his 18th. How much do you want him to get that all-time Premier League record? How much does he deserve it?
Yeah, I suppose you deserve it when you get it, really. It's one of them. But, of course, I think his impact has been immense for us for a period of time since the first time I was here. And he's carried that on the way through. And in big moments and big games, he's there. And he plays most games. He stays fit. He's hungry. He had a big shift to do in the middle in terms of out of possession and cutting off the middle of the pitch and defensively, but he was willing to do that for the team, and he get the rewards. And Mateus comes in middle of goal where we've won him to be from the opposite side and scores his goal.
Owen says he just hands out gifts, but what else does he give you in terms of that leadership on the pitch, but also in the dressing room and training as well?
He's obviously a big personality, he's a big character, he's the captain for a reason. I think sometimes it's about leading by example and showing the way a little bit. And he's definitely vocal, and he's just a big presence on the pitch. You know, he's a big part of this club over the last few years.
I mean, you must have been really proud after the difficult result against Leeds for the boys. Like you said, to come to the bridge is tough. You know, they make it a really tough game. For the boys to bounce back the way they did, I thought the fans were exceptional. Actually, it was a very complete performance. Even though you didn't create that much at the top of the pitch, it felt like it was a real bounce-back performance in a massive top-4 game.
Yeah, I think we can play better than it's in some parts of the game. Some games are there for getting the result as well. I don't. There's no shame in that. I think coming here, we haven't over the years had a great record.
No, right, yeah.
I suppose records are to be broken, and we kind of came here looking forward to it. It's a tough league, and you can go from result to result. And there's a lot of teams beating everybody, and so it's getting a perspective on that. It was a disappointing on against Leeds at home, but. Today, coming here and having the moment with the supporters at the end is they're the special moments that you want to be part of, you know. And the boys enjoyed that one.
The fans celebrated at the end. Like it felt big. It felt like they know Champions League football is coming back. Do you feel it's pretty much there now?
It was a big win for us. I think we don't want to look behind us. If I'm totally honest, I think I understand what it means, of course, but we want to be trying to improve and move forward up the league. We're still not high enough. We want to be higher. So, but it was good for the supporters. I think hopefully they're enjoying it and they come in, they travel home and away, and they're getting entertained. And listen, we'll win some. We might not always win, but I think doing it in a way where everyone can buy into it and have that connection and have the moments like that. It's what we're all in it for, really.
Mickey, I heard you was enjoying your time away from management, and you're obviously enjoying it back in management. Is there any time frame on your future from the club, or is it just get to the end of the season and sit down?
Honestly, listen, I love being here. I love being here.
Now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's meant to be my mate. No, to be honest, I understand the situation, so I'm and it's kind of it's a little bit out of my hands. You know, I love what I'm doing. I love being here. You can't get. You want to be part of nights like this, you know. I want to be part of special things and trying to create a team and get the best out of players, and I love this place, so we'll see what happens, but I haven't got a time frame is the answer, to be honest.
Karen, do you know what, since you took over, could you have ever imagined going this good? Do you know, have the most points since you've taken over? He's quite remarkable, really.
Yeah, Phil, you don't really know exactly what to expect, you know, and I think coming into it, we just wanted to galvanise everybody and have that connection and whatever that kind of special feeling is for playing here and then trying to build on it. But yeah, like you say, what's that, 12 games and being top of the league in that small is something that we can be proud of. It's, as I said before, we want to be higher in the big league, really, you know, and we've got a little bit of work to do for that, but we want to keep moving in the right direction.
Michael, we appreciate you coming out to join us. Enjoy the journey back to Manchester as well. After that, thank you.
Thanks very much.
Well done, Top job.
All the best, mate. Well done.
League assist record in a season. These are the numbers from the match today. Manchester United, as Bruno said, closer to Champions League football. Do you think that performance and these 3 points all but guarantees them?
Yeah, I think in reality that was Champions League football, because it's not 4, it's 5 again this season. And if you're 10 points ahead of 6, you know, 10 points and there's 15 to play for, a lot of things has to go wrong for that not to happen. And, you know, having watched Chelsea play today, you know, they have issues. And, I mean, they have to win, you know, at least 4 of them, and United's got to lose all 5. So, yes, I would say that today was Champions League, and, you know, it's great for the club. It's been a challenge having to go through this many transfer windows without having the Champions League tournament to sort of lure players in with. So, well done, very well done for Michael Carrick. It's his doing. So I'm very happy with what they've done today. I think Bruno said it was a fantastic performance. I don't think it was a fantastic performance in that respect, other than they were disciplined and they got it over the line. And if you use the word fantastic about that, then we do it.
Well, the goal was certainly fantastic. What stands up for me from those numbers we showed is that Manchester United had one shot on target in the game and they scored from it.
Well, you can say, Jules, that's clinical. And as I said at half-time, Cunha wasn't having a particularly great game, wasn't really in the game. But Fernandes was by far the best player for United, and he gets to the byline, pulls it back, and this is such a cool finish. And this lad has got so much talent, he really has. He's, you know, he wasn't, as I say, it doesn't have to be, he's one of them players that doesn't have to be in the best of form, because he's got that little bit of magic about him. If you look at this here, Caicedo, he was a makeshift centre-back for a few minutes because Fofana had gone off. And he's fighting with Sesko, where if he just looks at the ball, he clears it. He's in line with the ball and he's having a battle with him. And he evades, you know, the goal's evaded quite easily if he just looks at the ball and clears it as a centre-back. But he's gone in there for a couple of split seconds and not done his job right. You know, if you go back in there, do your job.
Sometimes we also have to look at the quality of what actually happened there. You got arguably the best three players in the Manchester United team, Bruno and Cunha involved in the goal. The pass from Mbeumo is its first time he sees that Bruno's there. Yes, you can argue that Garnacho and Cucurella could do a lot better, but you can also say that Bruno really takes advantage of the opportunity that he gets. And then, of course, the cross, and again, you can argue Caicedo, you know, he's fighting with Sesko, but, you know, at the end of the day, he's not responsible for Cunha. And when you look at where Cunha actually arrived from, he comes from midfield. You know, he reads the game so well. And look at the pass here, by the way. It's not a clinical pass. It's not easy in any way. Look at what he does. He comes in there. So highlight all the quality as well.
If you look at it, so that's more difficult than you think. That's on the half volley. It's not a volley, it's not along the deck, it's on a half volley. And to get over the top of that, it takes a lot of technique. And when you're coming in at full pelt as well, in slow motion it looks easier, but he's coming in at full pelt. He's just missed one as well. Similar, wasn't it? A little one pulled back to him and he tried to take a touch. And we wondered why didn't it that first time? My word, he learned his lesson and took it early.
Great assist then from Bruno Fernandes, Manchester United captain, player of the match today. And look at that, it takes him to 18 in the season. He is just too shy of Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne. You guys said at halftime he might break it in the game. Not yet, he has to wait for it. But you're pretty confident that by the end of the season he will have that record. Because
if you look at how Manchester United is scoring goals, look at that, 18, by the way. That's a lot of Manchester United goals. This is not the goals he scored himself, by the way. And he's in his favourite position now, where he plays at that free number 10 kind of, where he can roam around, find the space. The team can get the ball to him in an area where he can actually be that assistant player, whereas earlier on in the season, he was playing as a number 6, using up a lot of energy just to get into that space. So I'm convinced that he's going to break that record. Yeah, you know, you said he might do it today. It wasn't that kind of game.
No, they didn't.
He's got 5 games to do it in, so...
Yeah. If he stays injury-free, then I think he'll get over that 20 without a doubt, yeah. But he's been like that season after season, though.
Bruno's never injured.
Injury-free, yeah. But you never know.
They're trying to injure him. They're stamping on him and kicking him and doing every sort of thing. He just stands up and plays on. He's never injured, is he?
Let's show people in case they missed it. You mentioned a stamp there. Let's take a look at it. And